Hey, today's practice is designed to strengthen the structures around the hips and the low back and also lengthen them. It's a beautiful balance. It's about 15 minutes or so with a little shavasana at the end. You'll want to have with you a yoga strap and 2 yoga blocks. Let's get started. So to start, we're going to lie on our backs and go ahead and set yourself up with your knees bent. Your feet ankles are right underneath your knees, and then your head turns to center. So when you're ready, you're gonna lift up into bridge pose. Lift your arms with you. You can keep them halfway up, and then exhale, drop your hips back down. If you like, you can lift them up, all your hips up again, arms up again, and if it feels okay for you, reach your arms overhead, and then exhale, drop everything to the floor. So you're just mobilizing hips. We're going to be increasing the heat in our hips to help augment flexibility, but also to give us an opportunity to strengthen. So this time, come on up, keep your hands down on the floor. You can hold on to the yoga mat, the sides of the mat. You'll want to keep your feet hip width distance and lift your hips a little higher. Now squeeze your glutes, those are your butt muscles, but inwardly spiral your inner thighs towards the floor. When you do that, you create an opportunity for your lower hips to strengthen, for your glutes to strengthen, but also to keep the alignment so that you have beautiful health in the legs and the lower system. Move your lower back towards the back of your knees. Press down evenly through the 4 corners of each foot. So that's the inner heel, the outer heel, the big toe mound, and the pinky toe mound. We'll take one more breath. Inhale and exhale. We'll release that down to the floor. Take a full breath in through your nose. And then exhale the breath all away. This time we're going to come back up into bridge pose. You again can keep your hands where they are, or you can interlace them underneath you. So that's the next level up. So feel what works best for you. If this is too much, you can drop your hips down and do dynamic bridging while I'm doing this static hold. So in either case, you're doing great. So it's honoring what your body is saying. So yes, there's a little bit of push because we're strengthening our body, but not so much that the discomfort becomes painful. No pain is, we don't want pain. We want to have strength, and discomfort can be a part of that, but it shouldn't be, pain should not be part of your equation. Lift up a little more through the chest, and then exhale, release it down. From here, you're going to keep the left foot on the floor, take your right ankle across your left knee, and draw your legs toward you. You can use a yoga strap around the back of the left hamstring, or you can simply interlace your hands around the back of the left hamstring. So we just did that work to strengthen the glutes and the back and open the chest, and here we're releasing the glute muscles. So we'll take 5 more breaths. Relaxing with each breath, allowing your body to run the energy through it and be present. Chin drops. One more breath, inhale. And exhale, we'll release it. Place that right foot on the floor, and we're going to swap it and go left ankle across the right. And draw your legs towards you, flexing the left toes, opening through your chest. Listening for the sound of your own breath. Draw your legs in a little bit closer towards your chest for more emphasis. Last one here, inhale. Nice, and exhale, you'll draw both knees into your chest, tip over to one side and press yourself up. We're coming into a lunge with the right foot forward. So you can have the blocks next to you, and we're gonna do 2 types of lunges. One You're gonna put the right foot forward, and the left leg has this huge angle here. So you can see how the left leg is angled. My hands are under the block so that you can press the hips forward and then open the chest. And we'll be here for 5 breaths. I want you to drop down though and press into the top of the left foot. Draw the left hip forward, squeeze the left glute, and press down through the right sole of foot. For 3, opening the chest. 2, and then 1. We're going to walk that right foot back. Take your blocks. I'm just going to turn so you can see what I'm doing here. You're going to take your blocks into a T like this and press down. So now your feet are at right angles. So you've taken that long angle out, and now we're going deeper into a deeper muscle group, the psoas. And you're going to press down onto the blocks as you draw that left hip forward. So again, this should be discomfort but not painful. And we're just breathing into this pose. Allowing your body to let go of any tension there as you cultivate a deeper fluidity in that muscle group. Pulling back with the right hip, pressing down with the fingertips onto the block. 1 more full breath. Inhale and exhale. Really good. So now we're just going to swap sides. So let's have the left foot come forward first. Hands are on blocks. Drop the right knee to the floor. And here you've got an angle on the right hip flexor. So you'll notice we're holding these poses a little longer. This is part of the cultivation of strength and length. And in this pose, it's more about lengthening. Whereas our first pose was a little more about strengthening through the glutes and the lower body system. And here we're balancing that. So you're drawing the right hip forward. You're opening up through the chest. The core is engaged. Right glute is engaged. And we'll take another 2 breaths here. And then peeling your hips back, we're coming into that King Arthur stretch with the blocks in a T. So you want to make sure that the right hip is right above the right knee, so it's not forward of it, it's not behind it, it's plumb line. And same with the left. Then you walk your blocks in closer, so your fingertips on the block are going to give you that chance to leverage down. So you're pressing down through the blocks, you're opening and drawing that right hip forward. So there we are. You feel this in the psoas, but you might also feel a little bit in the quadricep. All good, letting that go, and we're just going to let it marinate, when we're really working on increasing range of motion, increasing flexibility. It's a slow burn. It's not, moving fast. It's really taking your time, breathing, sensing, staying with it. So full breath in, long breath out. And again, inhale. Exhale. Two more breaths. And last one here, inhale. And exhale, good. So take the blocks away and we'll come into a high plank. You can have your knees down, which might feel a little better. Low plank, elbows are in, and you want your shoulders about elbow height. Then upward dog or cobra. So you're pulling through and opening through the chest, and then roll over your toes into a downward facing dog. Your heels are slightly out and your arms are relatively straight, but not over straight. And we'll take a big breath here and a long breath out. Come up onto the balls of the feet and we'll step forward. We'll lie down now onto our abdomen. And we're going to do a variation of Shalambhasana. So your fingertips can be underneath your shoulders, and you're going to pick one leg up. So pick the right leg up to begin, if that feels okay. Press through the right heel like you're pushing it away from you. If this causes any pain, you stop and don't do it. If it feels okay, breathe with it. It's challenging, but it shouldn't be painful. Elbows squeeze. We'll take 3 more breaths. Last one, inhale. And exhale, we'll place the foot down, drop the forehead to the floor, full breath in. And a long breath out, and then we go again. So elbows squeeze, head raises a little bit, left leg can lift up. And so you're pressing that left heel away as if someone was gently tractioning the left leg away from the hip socket and gently pressing down through the right top of foot for 3. So the chest is off the floor just a smidge. The head is off the floor just a little bit, not a ton. And then release it down. Forehead on the floor, full breath here. Long breath out. And you can do that again, so lifting the right leg up, or you can lift the left arm up too, as long as it doesn't compress your low back. If it does, you can reach the left arm forward more and then slightly up, but don't go into compression land. So you want to feel the muscles working, but the discs are not being compressed. So right hand is on the floor, giving you a little energy. Squeeze that right elbow in. Lift the right leg a little more for 3. Inner thigh lifts on the right side, 2. And 1. Release, hands are back down. Dropping the forehead to the floor, relax your back. Full breath here. Long breath out. Right foot stays where it is. Left leg lifts. This might be it, lifting the chest just slightly. Or reach the right arm forward. Right palm is looking at the midline. Lift the chest up a little bit, forward and up. So your right arm is reaching, your left leg is reaching. Top of the right foot presses into the floor. Keep going, breathing with it for 3, 2, and 1. Dropping it down, forehead to the floor. Full breath here. Long breath out. Squeeze elbows in. Come on up to an upward dog or cobra. Breath in and roll over those toes. Breath out. Full breath in and a long breath. Let it out. Shake your head side to side. One more here. Inhale and exhale. We'll come onto knees and then lie onto your back. Take the yoga rope with you. Keep the left knee bent. You're going to take the yoga rope around the sole of the right foot and walk it out to the right. So it's going slightly out to the right. You can go further than slightly as long as that left hip stays on the floor. So the left glute stays on the floor. Maybe you lengthen left leg down. Kind of depends on how you're feeling. Right heel pushes away. And then breathing into that, keeping the stability of the SI joint. Last big breath, inhale and exhale. We'll draw that right knee into your chest, both feet flat on the floor, both knees are bent. And then we'll just swap sides. So the yoga rope around the left foot and open it out to the left, letting the left heel press away, but the right glute stays on the floor. So that's important for the stabilization of the pelvis here. We don't want to send the right hip up. We want to keep it connected, dropping as if it was you're dropping the pelvis into quicksand or some like muddy thing that's just sort of drawing it down. That's going to help. And then if you like, you can extend the right leg, but maintain the dropping of the pelvis that's going in a symmetrical way. Press the left heel away. 5 more breaths. Last one here. Both heels are pressing away from one another, away from the midline of the body if your right leg is long. Otherwise, if the right knee is bent, then just keep it bent and release. Good. Knees in to your chest if that feels okay. Sway side to side. Full breath here. And then long breath, long down the mat. You can pop a blanket if you like underneath the back of your head. We won't be here that long. We're just resting for a moment or so. Letting your whole body receive the energy that is in the wake of releasing stress. When we release stress, we have more vitality, more ease in our body. And our hearts open a little more patient with others and with ourselves. And a big breath in. Open your mouth and clear the breath away. Thank yourself for taking good care of you and participating in a very healthy endeavor. Namaste. Thank you for your practice.